It did, in fact, he did not like that. Welcome back, everybody, to the show. I am your host, as always, Jay Villain, aka That Villain Jay, and tonight we have a very special treat for you. Yes, we do. Because I'm doing something I don't normally do a lot, because it's not really my thing. I'm not a spike, per se. I'm going to be checking out and running my own version of one of the championship decks that we saw, which was the Golgari Dragons. That name, when I heard that Golgari Dragons was doing good at the Magic World, by Ben Stark, of course, the fantastic Ben Stark, I said, man, that doesn't sound, that's different from Is It Lessons. It's different from a lot of the other stuff that we've seen there. It seems like it's up my alley, and it really is. I've made some modifications, added some other different things to kind of play around with it a little bit. I think you'll really like this one. Before we get down into it, though, I need you to do something for me, which is, of course, tenderly press that like button, gently press that subscribe button, because if you don't, you will be attacked by the like and subscribe, which you may or may not know is a YouTube werewolf who will viciously maul you and rip you apart for not liking the video and subscribing to the channel today. So, what do we got here? So, yeah, this was very similar to the World Championship decks, kind of tempo anti-meta, kind of setting up to destroy other people's setups. Caustic Exhale is a great removal with dragons for the -3 as an instant. That's a super good way to just aggressively remove stuff. Bitter Triumph is fine. You can do Heartless Act or anything like that, but the main thrust of it is going to be kind of milling and receiving, especially with Esper Origins. You're going to gain life from that, which helps keep you, kind of in stock, puts the pump on everyone, figures out how to get stuff out of your graveyard or cast stuff out of your graveyard, get more cards in your hand. Very useful right there. Now, the main thrust of the dragons you're going to be using are going to be the Scavenger Regent, Disruptive Stormblood, and the Bloomwind Regent. So we have a couple of regents here. All of them kind of do something different that is useful. Scavenger Regent, of course, has the Exude Toxin, which is the sweeper that for all non-dragons that we have, that -X. It is also a 4/4 flying with the War discard, super useful for a 4-drop right there. The other dragon that we have is going to be Disruptive Stormblood. Honestly, you could do more Disruptive Stormbloods, and it wouldn't be a bad idea. Destroy target creature as a petty revenge. Then, of course, one of its more useful abilities right here is going to be for 1 green and 4. When you put it in, whenever this creature enters, you destroy up to 1 target artifact or enchantment. Super anti-meta stuff right there as well. The Bloomwind is going to be the Claim Territory 1 green and 2. That's going to help you ramp. It's going to add more green cards, put 1 force in your hand, 1 on the board, and then whenever another dragon comes in, you gain the life, helps with survivability right there. So they're going to be your 3 dragons that you're mostly going to do. Icestill Explorer is going to help mill even farther and let you play lands from the graveyard very, very aggressively right there. Super powerful card. I think it doesn't get its due, but it's good in Landfall and it's good in this too. Again, being able to replay cards over and over again from your graveyard is super good because we do have a lot of land-based victories here. We do have Restless Cottage and Soulstone Sanctuary and Basse Sing to Earthbend on these, and just attack with lands. And I got plenty of wins just with swinging in with lands and doing damage that way. So that is not a bad option to just keep lands cycling back through and milling and milling and milling. So we're going to go 4 Icetills. Urgent Necropsy is great, especially when you're filling up your graveyard with stuff as an instant, because you have to collect evidence, which is exile stuff from your graveyard, total mana cost. It destroys everything. Artifact, creature, enchantment, and planeswalker. At 4, you just have to get rid of stuff out of your graveyard equal to the amount you spent, but it has come in absolutely clutch. I mean, if you're milling a lot with Icestill Explorer, Baelmerk, or Esper Origins, all that stuff right there, you're going to be doing great on that right there. So that's another great removal. Baelmerk's another great mill card right here. 1 black and 1 impending. Or you can play it for this full thing, 5/5, and it lets you return stuff from the graveyard to your hand to replay it. Again, mill and return, a great Golgari kind of Golgari dredge kind of situation there. Finishing us off with Ben's original here is Yigra, Eater of All, which actually came in very, very handy. That's 6/6 with Ward Food for 5. Sacrifice a food, basically sacrifice a creature because you're all food to me. That's what Yigra says. Everyone comes in as a food. They can sacrifice it. And then whenever a food is put in a graveyard from anywhere, put 2/1/1 counters on Yigra. You know how many games I won by going in and sweeping out with Scavenger Regent? Every single food is dead. and then Yigra gets like +8/+8, and then swings in for 16. It was a few games that I won that way. Now, one of the additions that I ran that was actually super, super fun and useful, unfortunately, the only time I got it really off super big, it wasn't recorded, was Rise of Sozin, which is actually a really fun card to run in this. 2 black and 4. I'm not worried about that that 6-drop price right there because we're ramping so much. Destroy all creatures. Get rid of them. Boom. That's your sweeper right there. You choose a card name, search a target opponent's a graveyard, hand, library for everything. You don't like Sheltered by Ghosts? Get it out of there. You don't like Monument? Get it out of there, man. Especially middle to late game, you can get this out pretty early, turn 4, turn 5 a lot of times, and you can absolutely disrupt what they're doing. Then you exile it and return it as a 5/5 human noble with menace and firebending. And then when it deals damage to a player, you get to pay X. And with the amount of mana that you're sinking into this deck, the amount of lands that you have, that the sheer amount of mana that you can pay, even with the firebending, total mana value X or less from that player's graveyard onto the battlefield, you just steal everything you've been killing the whole game. Everything that you've been sweeping out, everything that you've been killing, everything that you've been throwing in the trash, you steal all of it and give it to yourself. Firelord Sozin is a very cool high end for this, which I feel is kind of an explosive finish. Again, for lands, we have Bossing Say, Restless Cottage, Underground Mortuary, a couple of Fabled Passages, and Soulstone Sanctuary for the land attacks as we go in. So this is my version of the Golgari Dragons Champions. We look at this: 18 creatures, 9 of them dragons, 8, 7, 5, and 26 lands altogether. Could you cut a land? Sure, you could. I like to do it 61, but you could cut a land and be all right. On the sideboard, we have Heritage Reclamation for anti-meta, especially exiling graveyards. Topor Orb to do fun no triggers when it enters types of things. Scavenger Ooze to eat up graveyard. More Shared Roots. I know that I had a few of these in here. I kind of took some of them out. I wasn't crazy about how good Shared Roots was doing. I think that we could probably get along without that many Shared Roots, but it is a good card. Reclamation Sage, not bad. Another Yigra and Day of the Black Sun are all solid card choices to do right there as we go in. So that is going to be Golgari Dragons Anti-Meta Tempo. Again, very, very cool stuff by Ben Stark. Ran it at the Worlds, did very well. And whenever I see a deck, it's very rare that I see a deck at Worlds that I like. And whenever I see it, I like to give it a little bit of a showcase right here. So we're going to run it in standard ranked here. We'll pull this up. Before we go, though, join us every night at twitch.tv/thatvillainj for all live streaming goodness. We'd love to have you there live and in person on our Twitch and on our YouTube. You can hit that bell when we get notified when we go live on either streaming or new videos. Check out our Discord in case you want to post your deck or ask questions. It's on Discord. And of course, if you want a copy of this one, my version of the Golgari Champion, go right down there to my AetherHub or my Moxfield. It'll be right down there. So let's get into it. Here we go. Make sure to leave a comment. Tell me what you think. Let's go. If you're running anything that has flying, bats, dragons, angels, whatever you're doing, you're going to be good to go. Like, genuinely, you're going to do really good for yourself. Let's get rid of Rise of Sozin. It's a little expensive. Let's do that. Okay. Okay. That's pretty big. There we go. That works. So what are the chances that he has the caustic exhale there? What is the chances he's got the protection? Probably pretty good, but we'll run it. Nope, he didn't have it. Boom. There you go. Perfect. Let's put you down. Boof. Let's get you down. Boof. Let's get you down. Okay. Mill. Gotcha. All right. Listen, I always tell people, you know, and this is part of the reason that I always think it's funny that people just kind of grind for ultra meta shit. Bro, like, brewing and crafting and coming up with something new is the best thing you can do with this game. It's the most fun. It's the reason I have my channel is so that I can play new stuff. I don't want to play the same thing over and over and over again, you know? I want to try brand new things. There's so much to do in this game. And I just feel like pigeonholed. It's part of the reason I don't really grind for, like, the biggest enchantments, you know what I mean? Let's do this. We don't need you. Oop. Let's go in. Get rid of that. Boom. Like, there's so much stuff in this game, man. There's so much fun to be had. Just grinding the Apex deck is just boring. Oh, it cut out. Is that the first time that it's cut out? Do this. We'll do this. You know what Foundations is missing? Farewell. Oh my god. Boom, boom. Leitstahl Inquisitor und Leitstahl. Das ist und Leitstahl. Seam Rip. There we go. There you go. How you doing, Cookies? Sleepy and cold. I can't help with either one of those things. Sorry. Sounds like a blanket could fix both. Okay. All right, Cookies. I was hoping you had forgot about that. My mea culpa. Mea culpa for, thinking that. weapons. Esper Origins. Surveil. We don't need another underground mortuary. Surveil. Okay, not sure why he did that, but he just wanted that out. Bloomwind, gotcha. Ice Till. Do we want to Ice Till or do we want to Bloomwind? Let's do this. Okay, so that's a sweeper there. Sacrifice of food. Should we put down Yigra, Eater of All? We'll put down you. We'll get you on top. Bop. Perfect. Perfect. Good. Ooh, extruder. Look at that extruder. We're just extruding. Any ideas on a constant reanimator mono black deck? Honestly, they've toned down mono black's ability to generate things, man. They really have. It's a shame. I wish that mono black still had the ability to generate as much as it did. It doesn't anymore, which is kind of sad for everyone involved. Mono black doesn't. Your best bet is to go with Rakdos. Let me say that. I can do a Rakdos reanimator deck. I can knock that out in a second. Yeah, they just haven't leaned into it anymore. They do some black reanimator, but as far like the best small reanimator that you have right now is Raise the Past. Like that's the best full board reanimation that we have that's of a reasonable price. So, you know, you've got kind of this situation where it's like black isn't your best option for full reanimation. Rakdos or white or Orzhov is. Straight black is just, you've got Zombify. That's pretty much it. Which is fine. It's fine enough, but for the most part, I do wish that we had some bigger options, you know. Coiling Rebirth is good. It's just expensive. That's my biggest issue with it, is that it's expensive compared to everything else that is going on right now. It's a 5-drop. Maybe need to sacrifice. There's the instantaneous, but he's talking about constant reanimator. He's talking about reanimator like constantly just reanimating, I think. And that's not super duper viable right now, just generally. Let's get rid of you. Boom. Yeah, there's instant. There's also live or die. Hey, what's up, Karl Llamaface? There's live or die, which is instantaneous too. It's destroy a creature instant or bring back a creature instant. So you get both options there. So let's see what he's gonna do here. He's probably gonna kill the Restless Cottage is what he wants. So let's put down Yigra. Or try to get Yigra out. That's why we keep these on stock. That's why we keep them in track. Behold. Nice. Alright, we'll do... Yeah, I'm not nuts about this hand, but either way. Whatever. Well, Esper Origins, let's do that. Let's do this. Probably get counterspelled. There's only one reason that you play Sleep Curse Fairy, so you can run the Fairy counterspell. Told you. We'll draw that out. We want to draw out the counterspells, basically. I'm looking forward to Dimir Fairies, by the way. I am absolutely looking forward to it. Let's do this. Might draw out the second one here. There we go. We're throwing moves to throw moves right now. We don't really give a shit. Let's see. Not bad. We are going to need a wipe, though. Let's see if he's got a wipe for me. Or, not a wipe, but rather a counterspell. Problem, I might have another one here. Let's see. If he's got nothing but fucking bullets, I don't think we're gonna make it. Yeah, we're not gonna make it. We need to hit the sweeper really quick. But if he's just gonna run denial, we're not gonna make it. If that last one's a sweeper, yeah. If we don't catch a big sweeper right now, 100% not gonna make it. Nah, we're not gonna make it. We're definitely not gonna make it. We'll put you down, but it's probably a counterspell in his hand there. And if it's a counterspell, there's just nothing we can do. Nope. If every single spell you have coming out is a counterspell, then there's really not too much I can do for that. Alright, we'll go there. X gonna give it to you. Doesn't really matter. Non-creature, non-land. Shared roots. We don't need that. Boogeyman, 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 boogeyman. Boom. Boom. Okay. Reality Fulcrum. Very nice. Bloomwind. Cease and desist. Yeah, both those suck, basically. He can exile off the top. Yeah, he can get that off. That's fine. A huge amount of mana there. Take my hand. It's off to never, never land. Do 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 do. Iron Craig. Get rid of this Iron Craig. I don't think there's any black or red counter spells here, but outrageous robbery. Yeah, it's a robbery deck. And turn. The only nightmare-based creature... I'm trying to think of a nightmare creature that is X equal to the number of whatever you control. trying to think of a good one that's the equivalent. I don't know if we have a good one that's the equivalent. I don't know if there's a good Nightmare. I used to love Nightmare too. It was a good card. Yeah, you can type the Spider-Man names into the thing. Lumra, yeah, it kind of Lumra, but there isn't a raw equivalent of Nightmare. I name checked that in my rap song, by the way, in case you were wondering. I love that card. Nightmare Horse. He's gonna play a removal. There he goes. That's all this guy has is kill cards in exile. It's just a robbery deck. We'll wait. Off to Never Never Land. Take the 5. We'll do this. Earthbend. We'll do that. Boom, boom. There you go. Scavenger Regent. Very nice. Boom. Let's do Urgent Necropsy. Artifact. We'll get rid of you. Creature. You. Yes. Enchantment. 0. Planeswalker. 0. Boom, boom. There we go. Very nice. Exile the top cards or whatever. Kills that. Boof. Egg. exit life. Enter night. Take my hand. Off to Neverland. I still Explorer. We'll take you. And we'll take you again. No attacks. Gain 3 life. Block you. Hits for that. Surveil. I actually need a sweeper more than I need this scavenger regent. New battlefield. I could search for the sweeper, but also I could just die too. What are the chances of me pulling up the sweeper there? Or just the direct removal? Very low, pretty much. Rise of Sozin's a 6% chance. Ice Explorer is the more likely one to pop. Urgent Necropsy, Bloom Vine, Disrupting Stormblood. View browser. Fuck it. We'll take the risk because that's not going to do me any good. We're either just going to lose or we lose. There's Caustic Exhale. There's Add 2 green. Do that. Restless Cottage. We do this. That. True Yellow, how you doing, man? I didn't even see you there. John C. This is not going to be my normal. I might change up the streaming schedule a little bit, but I don't think that this is going to be my normal going forward. I still am going to try to do night streams. I do want to change it up a wee bit though. I am trying to do that. So I will be doing more day streams, I think, probably in the future. But I don't think that I'm going to be doing this on a regular per se. He should swing in. He's got it. He's got it right there, guys. He's got the win. I'll probably be trying to do more day streams regardless. Boom, 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 boom. How do you like that, folks? Big win right there. Yeah, this is... Okay, so occasionally I am going to be streaming during the day. I do want to increase the number of day streams that I do. Which is kind of tedious. Okay, starting town. Zach Fair. I don't fucking trust you, Zach Fair. Yeah, the game is in a weird spot right now. We're kind of in a fucking modern. Collector's Cage. Interesting. Hideaway 5. Alright. Good early play there, I suppose. Bloomvind is next. Das Bloomvind. Fenrir. Is this enchantments? What is it? Okay. Submit 2. Boom. One of them goes down. We'll have 6 next turn. That's fucking a lot of mana to put down. The Boroid. My man. The Boroid. We're going to do... discard a card. We'll get rid of Yigra. Another Yigra, right back. Yeah, that goes away. I'm playing standard right now. Alana partners at law. I really want him to load up the board so I can sweep it. It's kind of my goal here. Okay. Boom. Karl. He's gonna Boroid out here. I mean, Collector's Cage out. No, he's not. Hey, look, it's our buddy. It's our old pal. Watch this. He's gonna really not like what happens right now. Yep. He did not like that. It did, in fact, he did not like that. He did not enjoy it. Sure, why not? Get rid of that shit right away. We gotta nip that in the bud. Yeah, we'll bring back that, sure. We'll drop the Bloom Vind. Okay. Boom. Airbend up to one target creature. Can't. Okay. Let's put down Yigra just in case. Let's see what he wants to do here. He might try to shelter me too. Could be an option. No, he's going to exemplar me. All right. Quest. Okay. Oof, hit me for 2. Got enough stuff in the graveyard? No, we don't. Not yet, we don't. Not yet, we don't. Boom. Urgent Necropsy is not enough. So let's just put out the Bloom Vind here to put up as a blocker and push. Boom. Yeah. Thought so. Thought that was going to happen. Yeah, thought that was going to happen. But I'm going to crack it. with Urgent Necropsy. Oof, oof. Okay. I don't like this card draw either. Momo. Artifact. Okay. Urgent Necropsy. Target one artifact. We'll get rid of you, creature, you, and enchantment, you. Planeswalker, submit 0, submit 4. Got him. Go in. Boom. Got him there. Like that hop up. Pop. Boom, boom. Airbender Ascension. Boom. Exile. Return. Do that. You don't want either of those. Restless Cottage. Do this. Should we just go in for the 10? He's got to block the other ones too. It doesn't really matter if he blocks the other ones. Actually, you know what? We do want to go in with Veilmerks. We're going to do that. Mill. We're going to take Scavenger Region back. Hey, Chris Caswell. Thank you for coming either way, my guy. Either way. Boom. Boom. Giada. He's gonna airbend. He can't do that much damage immediately. I'm just gonna Scavenger Region him next turn for an insane amount of damage. You're gonna get a Steam Deck? Cool. How much can I possibly do here? One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's try to do 9. Okay, so we can't do that. We're gonna have to do 8. Oof, oof. There you go. Nice. Very nice. Pretty happy with how this has gone. We look at the stats here. 63%, which is to be expected from something that is a world champion deck, you know? Long games, long, thick, juicy games they give you. But man, I do like that we get to grind them out that good. That does help quite a bit. I am fairly satisfied with it. And this is a modified version. This is not exactly the World Championship deck. It's different, which is, you know, a nice change, especially with Rise of Sozin. Rise of Sozin, very, very powerful finisher run that I felt like we lacked a little bit of energy in the finish, and that one absolutely just closes it out. So, very cool. Shared Roots, I'm not sure we need that many. I'd maybe add another Gigra, but overall, it's pretty good. Pretty good.